So in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 things that I hate about the GoPro Hero 7 Black. What's going on, YouTube? PK Low is back in the building. And here we are in a beautiful morning, springtime in Brooklyn. A little chilly, but it is what it is. So, as you know, I've transitioned to using the Hero 7 Black a couple months ago. And I figured I wanted to really do it justice and make sure that I'm giving it a proper review. So I'm going to start off by telling you 5 things that I hate about the camera. And maybe hate's a strong word, you know, maybe I'll just say strongly dislike. But, you know, if you're considering buying this camera, there are some things you should know. Yeah, I just want to make sure that those things are clear. So thing number 1 that I hate about my GoPro Hero 7 Black, you'll probably notice I am not using it right now, and the reason for that is it broke down roughly, I'd say 2 months after using it. So I kind of immediately started experiencing issues with the camera pretty much from the get-go. One main issue is that for like no reason at all, when the camera was turned off, sometimes I would notice that the red light was on, like it was charging. But you know, it like wasn't plugged in or anything. And it would just stay like that, and it would run the battery down until I would just actually physically remove the battery to make it stop doing that. So I don't know why it was doing that, but it would just like randomly just like turn on its own and then not turn off unless I took the battery off. Really strange issue. So that was one defect with the camera, a reason why I wanted to send it back. But that wasn't the main defect. I was kind of able to like get around that and still motovlog with it. The reason why I finally decided to actually send it back for a return for a new camera is because my audio completely broke on the camera. Meaning, I like went out there and I motovlogged and I like recorded like 2 or 3 videos in one run, and then went back and, you know, reviewed the footage. And of course, it was just nothing but wind. So I checked it later, and you know, it wasn't the mic or the adapter, because I tried it in another camera and it was fine. The camera was no longer recognizing that there was a external mic plugged in. So something must have happened to the audio port. I didn't do anything to damage it. I didn't misuse the camera in any way. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just decided to no longer read or accept an external mic, which makes it useless for me because I'm trying to motovlog with it. So that was kind of the last straw. Is like once that mic issue came up, that's when I gave him a call and sent it right back, which is why I'm using a Hero 3 to do this video. So yeah, that's probably the biggest obvious issue right now, which is I bought the camera and within a month and a half it was not usable. Alright, so thing number 2 that I do not like about the Hero 7 Black, and I especially noticed this right now, but I gotta say, especially for motovlogging, that camera is really heavy. I would throw that camera on and I would actually feel it weigh down the front of my helmet, to the point where I'd be like, man, why does the helmet feel so weird? And then I remember that there was the extra weight there from the camera. So this Hero 3 that I have on here, I forget that it's on there at times because it's like virtually weightless. But the Hero 7 Black is significantly heavier, where if you feel them side by side, you might not feel it, but when you're putting it on your face and you're putting it on your helmet, you'll immediately feel that weight. So I don't like the fact that they made it a lot heavier. It is an action camera. It's meant to be used for these types of activities, so I want it to remain light, just like this one. Yeah, so I really do not like the weight of that camera, you know. A good weight, again, is the one I'm using right now. That's a comfortable weight to motovlog in. Alright, so thing number 3 that I really don't like about this camera, and every other motovlogger is echoing me when I say this. I hate the fact that you have to use that $50 brick of an adapter. See, you want to see what an adapter should be? This. That's what an audio adapter should be. A little low-profile wire. Not a monstrous brick that you have to throw down $50 for. So I think, again, I'm echoed by the motovlogging community that everyone hates that adapter. It adds weight to an already heavy camera setup. And you're spending $50 on top of the expensive camera that you already bought. So, yeah, they really dropped the ball with that adapter. Not happy about it. Also, to make matters even worse, not only are you throwing down $50 on this like heavy, bulky adapter, but it's also really hard to find. So I've like seen a couple motovloggers out there who are trying to get set up with it, actually having issues just finding the adapter out there. So yeah, that adapter, no bueno. Alright, so thing number 4 that I do not like about the GoPro Hero 7 Black. And I was excited when I got it to see that it had QuickCapture mode, which is especially amazing for motovlogging, because that means you don't have to worry about turning the actual camera on while you're riding. You can literally, like the session, just hit the record button and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about fumbling with the camera. And that's, again, really helpful, especially if you're doing something like motovlogging. So I was excited for that, but then I realized that if you actually try to use that setting and you flip that setting on, you're going to notice that you're going to start to have new issues. So the issue I was having, and I did some research and saw that a lot of other people are having this issue, is if you use QuickCapture mode, all of a sudden you're gonna have these weird battery issues where, like I said before, the camera is either not gonna turn on until you physically remove the battery, or it's just gonna start doing weird things. But the most notable thing is with QuickCapture mode on, like, you can't turn your camera on when you want to at times, which is crazy, because then it's like, hey, I'm going out here to record, now I can't turn my camera on. Great, it's totally useless. So at the end of the day, I actually just stopped using QuickCapture because of that issue. So yeah, I was really disappointed to see that I couldn't even use that feature of the camera that was advertised. So thing number 5 that I really don't like about the GoPro Hero 7 Black, I don't like the fact that all of a sudden with this camera, you can no longer use the Sony ECM mic, which was like a solid like $20 mic off Amazon that would pick up really great audio. You have to switch to a more expensive mic, say the Big Squid that I'm using right now, or something like the Purple Panda, which are both $50 mics. So on top of that expensive adapter, you now also have to invest in an expensive mic, which all of this after a while starts to add up. So I don't like that with the Hero 5, 6, and 7, for whatever reason, they no longer supported that mic. It was a really great mic. There was nothing wrong with it. And above all, it was affordable. So I don't know why GoPro had to take that away from us. So I mean, there's definitely other things that I don't like about the camera besides that. But you know, those are my main 5. And you guys know I don't usually make videos where I'm like focusing on the negative aspect of something. But I mean, you know, I just really want to be realistic with people, and you know, I want to be honest with people about what you could potentially experience if you decide to upgrade to this camera. Now, that being said, I'm not bashing the company. GoPro makes a lot of really great products, like the Session 5, which I think is probably the best camera they've ever made. But unfortunately, they no longer make it anymore, so it seems like whenever they have a good thing going, they kind of like axe it for some reason. But I will also say that I'm not going to suggest an alternative to using GoPro. Pretty much every motovlogger out there is using a GoPro. I don't think there's anything out there that is going to beat the quality, even with the 5 drawbacks that I just listed. I mean, if you know something that is a better option, feel free to let me know. But again, I think it's widely agreed upon that GoPro is hands down the best motovlogging camera. So I will say that as I do, as I do tell you those 5 things that I really don't like about the camera. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I am a member of GoPro Plus, so they are sending me a new camera. So maybe the new one will, will be a better bet. I'm not going to give up on the camera just yet. I'm still going to try to make it work. But, we'll see. If I can get it to work, then to balance it out a little bit, I'll also do a video on 5 things that I like about the Hero 7 Black, because there are obviously good things about the camera. It's not all doom and gloom. I don't want you to think that. Alright, but yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you've experienced any of those issues with the camera, let me know in the comments below. If there's maybe something I'm doing wrong or something you think I should know about this topic, feel free, leave a comment. But that is the lowdown on the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Like I said, I look forward to coming back and hopefully making it work and bringing you 5 things that I like about the camera to come back on a positive note. As always, thank you for watching. Look at this beautiful, beautiful New York morning here. Oh man, we are blessed to experience such a beautiful morning. Stay safe out there, keep your camera safe out there, and above all, stay low. That's it. BK Low is out.